A pair of glowing eyes stares out from the darkness. Thousands of years ago, that sight could have meant only one thing: danger. A predator was watching. Today, those same eyes might belong to a tiny kitten curled up on your couch, and instead of fear, you feel an almost irresistible urge to smile, reach out, and protect it. Somehow, the very features that once forced our ancestors to stay alert can now melt our hearts in seconds. And yet, why? Why do millions of people stop scrolling just to watch a puppy stumble over its own feet? Why do we spend billions of dollars every year on pets that contribute almost nothing to our survival? And why do we instinctively lower our voices, smile wider, and become gentler around small animals, even if we've never met them before? The detail almost nobody notices is that this isn't simply about loving animals. It's about a survival system inside your brain that evolved long before cats became internet celebrities or dogs slept at the foot of our beds. If you enjoy discovering the hidden stories behind human behavior, evolution, and the strange instincts that still shape everyday life, subscribe to Primal Drift. And if this story changes the way you see the animals around you, don't forget to leave a like at the end. To understand how this happened, you need to imagine a world with no cities, no houses, and no pet stores. Picture a small group of humans crossing an endless landscape. The nights are cold, food is uncertain, every strange sound in the bushes could be a predator. Every winter threatens starvation. Every child born into the group represents both hope and enormous responsibility. Human babies are unusual compared to almost every other mammal. A newborn deer can stand within hours. A baby horse can run on its first day. But a human infant is almost completely helpless. It cannot walk, gather food, or defend itself. It depends entirely on adults for years. That created a serious evolutionary problem. Any group that failed to care for its young simply disappeared. So over thousands upon thousands of generations, natural selection rewarded people whose brains reacted strongly to certain signals. Large eyes, round cheeks, small noses, soft movements, high-pitched sounds. These features triggered powerful feelings of care, patience, and protection. Today, scientists call this the baby schema. In experiments, researchers have consistently found that humans rate faces with larger eyes and rounder features as cuter and feel a stronger desire to protect them. What's fascinating is that this reaction doesn't stop with human babies. It spills over into other species. But this still doesn't explain everything. After all, wolves also have babies with big eyes. Why didn't we simply avoid them? This is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Around 15,000 to 30,000 years ago, something remarkable happened. Certain wolves began spending time near human camps, feeding on leftovers rather than hunting people. They were the least aggressive, the least fearful, and the most curious. Humans noticed them. Generation after generation, the friendliest wolves survived better around people. Humans unknowingly favored individuals that looked and behaved less threatening. Over time, their ears became floppier, their faces became shorter, their expressions became softer, their behavior became more playful. Eventually, those wolves became dogs. The most surprising part comes next. Humans didn't just change dogs. Dogs changed humans too. For thousands of years, dogs helped humans hunt, guard camps, detect danger, and even provide warmth during freezing nights. In return, humans fed and protected them. Few relationships in nature have shaped two species so deeply. Scientists studying both humans and dogs discovered something extraordinary. When dogs and their owners make eye contact, both experience an increase in oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. It's the same chemical involved in the connection between parents and infants. Think about that for a moment. Your brain may respond to your dog using some of the very same biological pathways that evolved to help parents care for children. And that's when something unexpected happened. Cats entered the story. Unlike dogs, cats were never fully domesticated through strict human control. Instead, they largely domesticated themselves. As agriculture spread, stored grain attracted mice. Mice attracted wildcats. Humans tolerated the cats because they protected valuable food supplies. Over generations, the friendliest cats stayed closest to people. But cats evolved something even stranger. Many adult cats develop meows that closely resemble the frequency and urgency of a human baby's cry. Adult cats rarely meow this way to other cats. They mostly reserve it for us. It's almost as if they learned which sounds humans simply cannot ignore. This detail seems small, but it changed everything. Our brains weren't originally designed to love fluffy pets. They were designed to keep helpless offspring alive. Animals that accidentally activated those same emotional circuits gained an enormous advantage. Humans fed them, sheltered them, protected them, and eventually loved them. This is where the past begins to appear inside modern life. Think about how often you talk to your pet. Maybe you greet your dog before anyone else in the house. Maybe you apologize after accidentally stepping near your cat. Maybe you've bought expensive toys, special treats, or even celebrated a pet's birthday. Logically, none of this improves your chances of survival today. Emotionally, it feels completely natural because your brain isn't making calculations. It's following ancient instincts. What once helped keep vulnerable children alive now encourages us to care for creatures that trigger the same protective responses. But evolution rarely gives gifts without hidden costs. The same emotional machinery that makes us love pets can also make us irrational. People sometimes ignore dangerous behavior because an animal looks adorable. Others spend enormous amounts of money caring for pets while struggling to meet their own needs. We even assign human emotions, intentions, and personalities to animals that experience the world very differently. Psychologists call this anthropomorphism. It helps us connect, but it can also make us misunderstand the animals we love. A cat knocking something off a shelf probably isn't plotting revenge. A guilty-looking dog often isn't feeling guilt the way humans do. Much of what we interpret as emotion is our own brain filling in the gaps. And yet, perhaps that's part of what makes this relationship so extraordinary. Humans are one of the few species capable of forming deep, emotional bonds across entirely different species. We welcome animals into our homes. We mourn them when they're gone. We tell them our secrets. Sometimes they become the quietest witnesses to our happiest memories and our darkest days. In a strange way, our pets reveal something profound about being human. Beneath the technology, the cities, the careers, and the endless notifications, our brains are still searching for connection, still responding to ancient signals of vulnerability, still carrying instincts shaped by a world where survival depended on protecting something smaller than ourselves. The modern world changed incredibly fast. Our biology did not. So the next time a tiny kitten looks up at you with impossibly large eyes, or your dog runs to the door as if you've been gone for years, remember that you're not just seeing a cute animal, you're witnessing millions of years of evolution quietly reaching across species, reminding two very different creatures that trust can be stronger than fear. Sometimes, the oldest instincts wear the softest faces.